It's just past 6 o'clock. It's Saturday, the 16th of November, and welcome to our weekly news programme coming to you live from the heart of Wyke Regis. And in the news this week, Dorset Council is forecasting an overspend of £13.2 million by the end of this financial year, and that's equivalent to 3.5% of the annual budget of £376.7 million in the budget that was set back in February. This is increased from the £10.1 million overspend that was forecast at the end of July. Much of the overspend is due to increases in demands on services growing faster than expected, particularly in adult social care. The number of adults requiring support from the council is higher than those forecast when the budget was set. Dorset has the largest population of older people per capita of any other county in England, and the council is now seeing an increase in demand to help for carers who can no longer support family members, meaning that the council is now providing the care that is needed. The process to set up the council's budget for next financial year is well underway, and the current forecasted budget gap is £35 million, or around 9% of the budget. Increases to council tax and business rates are set by government, and the provisional detail of local government funding settlements for next year will be announced in late December. So it's a case of watching this space on what will happen to council tax and the budgets next year. Historic England has announced that the High Angle Battery on Portland, a cherished historic site, has been officially removed from its Heritage at Risk register. This remarkable achievement is the result of dedicated efforts of the Rediscovering High Angle Battery project, which is revitalising this local treasured landmark. The High Angle Battery was built over a century ago to help defend Portland Harbour against invasion. However, over time the site has fallen into disrepair, and in 2022 its outdated interpretation panels, graffiti and heritage damage led to it being placed on the Heritage at Risk register. Dorset Council has since set up a project to rejuvenate the site and to help tell its story to a wider audience, thanks to a grant of nearly £250,000 from the National Lottery Heritage Fund and additional funding from Portland Town Council, Castletown D-Day Centre and the Fine Family Foundation. The project has received overwhelming community support and has already resulted in significant improvements being made to the site. A timeline of the battery's transformation can be found on the Dorset Council website. The improvements to the site are well underway, with a focus on celebrating its rich heritage, enhancing biodiversity and improving access. This work is set to be completed by next summer and will feature comprehensive on-site interpretation, offering visitors a deeper understanding of the battery's historical significance and its past uses. Once finished, the battery will become a valuable community asset, regularly hosting a variety of events, tours and school visits. Portland-based arts organisation B-Side is already developing an exciting lineup of events for 2025, promising visitors a series of fun and engaging experiences at the revitalised site. Now, more information on the project can be found on the Dorset Council website, and if you look for Rediscovering High Angle Battery Dorset Council on Google, you will get all of the information from the Dorset Council website. Now, on Remembrance Sunday, the 10th of November, last Sunday, the crowds turned out in force at Weymouth on the seafront to pay their respects to those who had lost their lives in conflict. The service was conducted by the Mayor's chaplain, Neil Biles, with the act of remembrance being followed by a 2-minute silence marked by the cannon fire from the Knowth Fort artillery. After the service, wreaths were laid, and there was a parade of veterans, scouts and cadets marching along the esplanade to the US Memorial with applause from onlooking public. Acts of remembrance were also undertaken on Portland and in Wyke Regis. Work has started on a Weymouth building which has stood derelict for more than 20 years and is now going to be converted into apartments and a 3-bedroom cottage. In 2002, the Grade 2 listed Maiden Street Methodist Church was badly damaged by fire, which was brought under control by Dorset and Wilts Fire Service, although amongst other damage, the roof was almost totally destroyed. Cranbourne Group, the company responsible for the restoration, commented that since the building had been left derelict, it was not going to be the easiest to restore. Local councillor John Orell commented that it was fantastic news that the building would come back into use and provide much needed housing. The apartments are priced between $150,000 and $215,000, with the cottage priced at $385,000. And of course, that will be a much welcome sorting out of a building that's been derelict in the centre of the town. So we all look forward to that being completed in the future. Now, Dawn Henderson, a dedicated advocate for LGBTQ plus rights, has been honoured with the Silver Award in the Social Justice Advocate category at the prestigious Social Worker of the Year Awards. She was celebrated for the key role she has played championing the rights of LGBTQ plus young people within Dorset Council Children's Services, where she works, and in partner agencies. Her work with young people led her to crowning achievement of establishing Chesil's inaugural Youth Pride event, which took place earlier this year. Dawn has spent the last decade working tirelessly to support LGBTQ plus young people. Her journey began in retail management, but her passion for social care and education led her to retrain as a social worker. She has since made significant strides in improving the lives of vulnerable families and young people in Dorset. So well done to Dawn Henderson with that fantastic national award. The 2025 Dorchester Beerex in Dorchester's Corn Exchange will be held on Friday, January the 31st and Saturday, February the 1st. Now, that's contrary to the previous announcement we made last week. And I should point out it's not our mistake. There's been a bit of a mess up with the booking of this event. Now, the festival, originally advertised as a week later, was highlighted to the Beerex committee made up of members of West Dorset CAMRA and Dorchester Casterbridge Rotary Club, when a sharp-eared employee of Dorchester Arts, who managed the bookings for the Corn Exchange, was listening to local radio station Keep 106, who were talking about the up-and-coming festival. It suddenly appeared that there was either a double booking of the Corn Exchange or confusion over the dates. The chairwoman of CAMRA, Gemma Scott, was immediately informed of the problem, and on hearing the news, the committee realised that they were fortunate in the fact that the last day of January and the first day of February were still available to hire. A spokesman for Dorchester Beerex said, "We were extremely reluctant to cancel or move the festival to a later date, as we have a very loyal customer base that continues supports us, and we also would be letting down local good causes." The festival will showcase over 80 real ales served directly from the cask, complemented by a large selection of traditional ciders. The evening sessions will feature live music, while conversation and banter will rule the lunchtimes. There will be a raffle at all 4 sessions, with funds going directly to the Dorchester Youth and Community Centre. Tickets will go on sale from the 1st of December, priced at £11 per session, and customers receive a complimentary glass coloured festival programme with full beer and cider list and tasting notes, and a free first pint. We'll give you more details of where tickets will be available. In Weymouth, the tickets will be available from the Globe pub, and you can buy them online at camrawdorset.org.uk. That's www.camrawdorset.org.uk. So just remember, the dates for that session now are January the 31st and February the 1st, not the dates that were all announced by ourselves and other media outlets last week. But it looks like the situation has been saved there by eagle-eared people who picked up on it straight away. A new innovative project is steaming ahead in Dorset to test if Wi-Fi can work on even the most rural and oldest railway networks. Dorset Council has been awarded £163,000 government funding from the Department for Science, Innovation and Technology to bring 21st century technology to the Swanage Railway. As part of the National Rural Connectivity Accelerator Programme, Swanage Railway will be a testbed on how innovative connectivity has the potential to boost the rural economy. The council has teamed up with leading tech company Accelerate Technology UK to bring satellite-powered public Wi-Fi to Purbeck Park Car Park, Norden train station and onboard the railway's popular steam train service from early 2025. The project addresses the need for reliable connectivity in areas with challenging landscape and a limited service from traditional network operators. Using a combination of advanced connectivity solutions, including low Earth orbit satellites, Accelerate Technology UK will create a reliable Wi-Fi connection for Swanage Railway. Swanage Railway contributes around £15 million to the Dorset economy each year. Having better connectivity will enhance its services by enabling cashless systems, helping to ensure its continued success as an important tourist attraction. And by demonstrating the effectiveness of advanced technology in rural areas, this initiative sets a precedent for similar projects across the UK. Gavin Johns, who's the chairman, the chairman of Swanage Railway Company, said, "The Swanage Railway is delighted to be partnering with Dorset Council and Accelerate to deliver enhanced rural Wi-Fi connectivity on trains and at Norden Station. As we look forward to 2025, with Rail 200 celebrating the bicentenary of railways in the UK and the 140th anniversary of trains to Swanage, this is a great opportunity to show that old and new can work together for the benefit of rural communities and customers and staff." There we go. So exciting times on the Swanage Railway. Next year, you'll be able to sit there on your mobile phones taking pictures of the steam railway and uploading them to Facebook and Instagram and all those social media sites straight away, despite going through those hilly parts of rural Dorset. Now, Dorset Police report that around 6 p.m. on Monday the 11th of November, a collision occurred on Bridport Road in Dorchester, near to the junction with Williams Avenue, involving a car described as possibly a dark blue hatchback and a pedestrian. The driver of the car failed to stop at the scene and made off in the direction of Poundbury. A pedestrian, a woman aged in her 80s, was taken to hospital for treatment. She has sustained serious injuries that are not described as life-threatening. Police Sergeant Richard Stroud of the road policing team said an investigation is underway to identify the driver of the vehicle involved in this collision. "I'm appealing to anyone who saw what happened or may have captured anything of relevance on dashcam or CCTV footage to please get in touch. I'd also like to directly appeal to the driver of the vehicle to do the right thing and to come forward so we can take their account and establish the full circumstances. Any other information is asked to contact Dorset Police by calling 101, and if you wish to give it information anonymously, you can do this via the Crime Stoppers charity by calling 0800 555 111. The coroner for Dorset has put out an appeal again this week to find the next of kin of a woman who has died in Weymouth. I think it's actually probably Portland, but in the Weymouth and Portland area. Alicia Julie Bayliss, who was 68 years old, died at her home address in Queen's Road on Thursday the 7th of November. Coroner's Officer Tracy Jean said, "We are not treating the death as suspicious. However, we have not been able to locate any local next of kin. If any member of the public has any knowledge of her family members, please can they contact the Coroner's Office as soon as possible on 01202 454 910. That's 01202 454 910. And that's relatives or next of kin of Alicia Julie Bayliss, who was 68 years old, of Queen's Road. Now, Fostering Southwest has launched. Fostering Southwest has launched to attract urgently needed local council foster carers across the southwest of England, as well as announcing a first-of-its-kind partnership with the Mood Bears. To answer the urgent call for more foster carers, families across the southwest that are considering fostering with their local authority will now be supported by a regional hub. Launched in April 2024, Fostering Southwest is a new virtual fostering hub bringing together the expertise of 14 councils from across the region. The hub will act as the first point of contact for those interested in fostering, giving them a centralised platform for inquiries, ensuring they receive the best support right from the start of their fostering journey to help them make an informed choice about how fostering could work for them. The scheme seeks to help recruit carers from a range of different backgrounds and circumstances in the region. By fostering collaboration among local councils, the hub aims to streamline the process and offer comprehensive assistance to prospective foster carers every step of the way. It's hosted by Wiltshire Council and the hub is funded by the Department of Education. Fostering South West is geographically the largest of 9 regions taking part in similar programmes. Fostering South West is delighted to announce an exciting new partnership with Mood Bears, a beloved part of the Tomy brand. This collaboration brings together 2 organisations dedicated to creating positive futures for children. Fostering South West's ethos of collaboration and nurturing aligns seamlessly with Mood Bear's mission to promote well-being and positive mental health for children, with their toys specifically designed to help individuals express their feelings and support mental health and well-being in young people. More information on becoming a local council fosterer can be found on Fostering South West's website. And this is quite a long website, but quite easy to remember. It's www.fosterwithyourlocalcouncil.org.uk. So that's www.fosterwithyourlocalcouncil.org.uk. Or you can speak directly to a member of the team on the telephone on 0300 456 0120. That's 0300 456 0120. That's if you're interested in fostering. Now, local bus operator First Wessex is launching Tap On, Tap Off technology known as TOTO, Tap On, Tap Off, across its routes in Dorset to provide customers with easy contactless payments. From Sunday the 1st of December, customers travelling on First Wessex routes in Dorset will be able to use their contactless device, bank card, smartphone or smartwatch to pay for travel. The Tap On, Tap Off technology not only provides frictionless travel but also allows for speedy boarding and no need to ask the driver for tickets. Payment via contactless cards and contactless phone payments. This is what it offers, the TOTO technology, with no need to pay the driver or choose ticket to buy up front. Simply tap on with the driver when you get on the bus and tap off with the dedicated reader as you leave. It will then calculate your fare and charge your payment device. Customers can then check their fares and payments by logging on to a special website, www.firstbus.co.uk/Wessex-Dorset-South-Somerset. There we go. So no need for tickets, no need to speak to the driver. Just tap your payment device on when you get on the bus and tap it again when you get off, and it will work out what your fare should be and charge your payment card or device. Now, staying with transport, Great Western Railway has been named Best UK Domestic Train Service at the Business Traveller Awards 2024. GWR finished ahead of LNER, Avanti West Coast and the Elizabeth Line at the awards, which are widely regarded as the business travellers' market benchmark for excellence. The awards are voted for by readers of the Business Traveller magazine, with the results authenticated by an independent market research company, and have been a fixture of the business travel and hospitality calendar for almost 40 years. More than 200 industry leaders attended a prestigious ceremony at the Steelyard, London, as the winners were announced by the publishers of Business Travel magazine, Inc., and presented by BBC Breakfast star Ben Thompson. GWR Managing Director Mark Hopwood said, "It is fantastic to be named the UK Best Domestic Train Service, and particularly humbling that these awards are voted for by readers of the magazine who are regular travellers on the UK rail network. This award is recognition of the hard work and commitment shown by colleagues to deliver the best service possible for customers and also the world-class destinations we are proud to serve on the GWR network." And finally, in tonight's headlines, Weymouth Town Council has launched its latest resident survey. The council is urging people to have their say on the service it provides in its resident survey, which launched this week on Wednesday. Services run by the council include everything from public toilet facilities, parks, gardens and open spaces to the beach and promenade. It also responsible for projects like developing Tumbledown, a former farm, into a community asset, and runs a packed schedule of events across the town, ranging from large-scale firework displays to the recent Remembrance Sunday services. Services like housing, highways, planning, bin collection, and all of those are run by Dorset Council, the unitary authority, not the town council, they like to point out. To build on the work of the previous year, residents are once again being asked for their views to help shape services in the town. The service runs for a few weeks. I don't know if I've actually got the final date, but I will get the final date for next week. The survey results will also be used to evaluate satisfaction levels with the services the council provides so that they can continue to make improvements for the benefit of all residents and tourists who visit Weymouth. Survey questions cover residents' thoughts on customer service satisfaction levels when contacting the council, what people think of the events the council puts on, to views on how clean and well-maintained facilities like toilets, parks and gardens and open spaces are. Everyone who completes the short survey will have the opportunity to be entered into a prize draw to win one £100 high street shopping voucher. Now, to take part in that survey and find out more information about Weymouth Town Council services, pop along to the Weymouth Town Council website, and to find that, just go into Google and type in Weymouth Town Council. And that's the end of the headlines in tonight's programme. It's now time in tonight's programme to go over to our regular contributor Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to White Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This weekend is the release of Gladiator 2, the long-awaited sequel to the 2000s Oscar-winning film Gladiator, which originally starred Russell Crowe. This film takes place over 20 years after the events of Gladiator and revolves around Lucius, the child between Russell Crowe's Maximus and Connie Nielsen's Lucilla, who is forced into slavery and to fight as a gladiator in the Colosseum after being captured by the Roman army and his family being killed. The film stars Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn and Denzel Washington alongside Connie Nielsen and Derek Jacobi, who are reprising their roles from the first film. The early critics' reactions have praised the film, saying that it echoes the first, and that, it does what it says on the tin, and that Denzel Washington absolutely steals the movie. Gladiator 2 is in cinemas this weekend. I really love the first film. I thought it was a piece of art. So hopefully the sequel turns out to be just as good. So going back a couple of weeks now, the newest Marvel Disney Plus series, Agatha All Along, continues to dominate the Marvel conversation on social media. Lord knows why. The series stars Catherine Hahn reprising her role of Agatha Harkness from the series WandaVision, with the series taking place 3 years later, and features Agatha escaping from Wanda's spell with the help of a goth teen, and they assemble a coven of witches to tackle the Witches' Road. The series also stars British actor Joe Locke, who I think is famous for Heartstopper. Don't ask me, I wouldn't know. And Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Recreation, but also done a lot of movies in the last few years. Now, I went into this series with kind of low expectations because Agatha was the worst part of WandaVision. But this series just fell short of even those low expectations. This is a terrible, terrible entry into the MCU. The acting is cringy and unwatchable, the writing is juvenile, and just feels so out of place in the grounded, tactile MCU world. It just felt like it was written by a preteen girl who's watched too many like witchy Disney movies like Hocus Pocus. I gave the show 1.5 stars out of 5, and it's a shame because there was potential. They could have done more, but it is easily one of the worst 5 MCU projects, up there with like Secret Invasion and Echo. But those two were bad because they were messed up in post-production, among other reasons. That is all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I'll be talking about Wicked Part 1, the feature film adaptation of the Broadway musical. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much there, Andrew, for this week's film review and preview. And obviously giving 1 star there, didn't like that, or 1.5 stars, didn't like that film too much. But there we go. That's what being a movie critic and reviewing films is all about, isn't it? Some you like and some you don't. There we go. It's time in the programme this week for the weather forecast from the Met Office on a Saturday evening. And this week we go over to Ellie Glazier, I believe.
Hello, welcome to your latest weather update from the Met Office. So the north-south split across the UK does continue, but there are still some uncertainties in the forecast as we head into the new working week. Through the rest of the weekend, though, we've got a weather front just sinking its way southwards through the rest of Saturday, but it's this area of low pressure that moves in from the northwest as we go through Sunday and into Monday that's still causing us quite a few headaches. Some models are keeping this a little bit further north, some models keeping it still a little bit further south. But it's that boundary of cold and warm air with that weather front just bringing a risk of some sleet and snow that could be disruptive. Most of that sleet and snow will be falling over any high ground, but there is a risk that we could see some sleet and snow to some lower levels. What we do know with confidence, though, is that as we go through Monday evening and into Tuesday, that area of low pressure pushes away towards the east in towards the continent, leaving us northerly winds across much of the UK in towards the middle part of the week, so turning widely much colder than we've seen through the start of November. Back to what we've got out there at the moment, though. That weather front continues just to sink its way southwards across much of England and Wales through the rest of Saturday and into the start of Sunday. For the northern half of the UK, a bit of a different story, though. Plenty of clear spells around. Still plenty of showers pushing in from the west and across northern parts of Scotland. These likely to turn to sleet and snow over the hills. And for eastern parts of Scotland, northern parts of England, plenty of clear skies to start the day on Sunday. So that does mean it will be quite a chilly start to the day. Quite a widespread frost in places here to start on Sunday morning. Perhaps even some icy stretches in places. Further south, not quite as cold, but still temperatures dropping down into the single figures, so it will be quite a widely chilly start for many of us on Sunday morning. A little bit of a cloudier start across parts of Northern Ireland, some showery rain pushing in from the northwest, spreading its way into parts of Wales, the Midlands, into northern parts of England as we head towards Sunday afternoon. Plenty of showers still piling in, particularly across northern parts of Scotland, and again, these likely to turn to sleet and snow over any high ground. There'll be some brighter spells across the very far south of England, perhaps some sunshine in places. I'm feeling quite pleasant in that sunshine with light winds too. Temperatures here around about average for the time of year, but still just holding on to that slightly milder air, so maybe 11 or 12 degrees. However, further north, particularly across Northern Ireland where we see that cloud, and for much of Scotland with those northerly winds, it'll be feeling really quite chilly through the afternoon. Temperatures not reaching much above 4 or 5 degrees. As we then go through the rest of Sunday evening, we see that area of rain across parts of Northern Ireland continue to spread south and eastwards into parts of Wales, the Midlands and northern parts of England, perhaps turning heavy over any hills as well, and slowly spreading its way even into southern parts of England by the time we get to Monday morning. Further north, though, those showers really do remain confined to the northern parts of Scotland. We could see up to 10 centimetres of snow just building up into the early hours of Monday morning, but under plenty of clear spells. It'll be a much chillier night than Saturday night. Temperatures widely dropping down around 0, if not just below, particularly in some rural spots. So quite a hard frost likely on Monday morning, and this could lead to some icy stretches. So do take care during Monday morning's rush hour. Further south, it will still be quite a chilly start to the day on Monday, although not perhaps quite as cold as further north, with all that cloud and rain around to start on Monday morning. So for much of England and Wales, a cloudy and damp start to the day. That area of rain continues to spread its way south and eastwards as we go in towards Monday afternoon. Is this area of rain then that's causing us those headaches, that area of low pressure spreading its way eastwards as we go through Monday afternoon? And it's on that boundary of that rain that we're likely to see some sleet and snow forming. As I mentioned, the sleet and snow most likely to be falling over any high ground. We could perhaps see up to 20 centimetres of snow across the Pennines. And at lower levels, it will mostly be falling as rain, but there is still a very small chance that we could see some sleet and snow, perhaps causing some disruption during Monday afternoon to lower levels. But for the most part, that sleet and snow remaining over the high ground. For parts of Scotland, a bit of hazy sunshine through the afternoon, and those sleet and snow showers do continue across the north of Scotland through the afternoon, perhaps feeling quite blustery at times here. And it will be feeling quite chilly with those blustery northerly winds. Temperatures again only reaching the low single figures as a maximum. Further south and to the south of that weather front, we will just be holding on to that slightly milder air. So again, temperatures a little bit above average on Monday, 12 to 14 degrees quite widely in the southwest, but definitely feeling chilly under that area of rain and cloud as we go through the afternoon. So there is still quite a bit of uncertainty on the location of this weather front, so do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep an eye on our social media and website for any warning updates over the coming few days. Bye for now.
Thank you very much there, Ellie, for the Saturday evening weather forecast. Looking at the weather for the week ahead here, there we go. On Monday and Tuesday, we can see that rain that Ellie mentioned there coming in. A bit milder when that rain's coming in, but temperatures dropping again on Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, looking for that rain coming through on Monday and Tuesday this week. Now moving to our What's On, coming up at Weymouth Pavilion. We've got 22nd of November, Fast Love, tribute to George Michael. 24th of November, the Simon and Garfunkel story. 28th of November, Rhythm of the Dance Christmas special. 29th of November, Go Your Own Way, the Fleetwood Mac legacy. 30th of November, ELO again. 7th of December, Roy Orbison story. And 8th of December, Whitney, the Queen of the Night. Just a few of the shows coming up at Weymouth Pavilion. Do pop along to their website, weymouthpavilion.com, for more information on these and lots of other shows coming up and to book tickets. Turning to the Knowth Fort now, 30th of November to the 1st of December, Christmas Elf Extravaganza. 7th and 8th of December, Steampunk Christmas Market. 14th of December, Victorian Christmas at the Knowth. More information on those at knowthfort.org.uk. A reminder that we mentioned last week that the Swanage Railway that we mentioned earlier with the Wi-Fi connection is running a festive Polar Express. That starts on November the 23rd and runs all the way through to Christmas Eve and runs, I think, 3 times late afternoon and early evening. Where passengers will experience a full themed experience featuring songs, scenes and moments from the movie. There will be actors acting out characters from the book and film on the journey as well. And you can book that on the Swanage Railway website. So just search for Swanage Railway and basically you can book your tickets online. Each journey lasts 1.5 hours approximately. 24th of November, that's next weekend. We've got Candles on the Hill. That's when the church at St Catherine's Church on the top of that hill outside Abbotsbury will be lit up by a ring of candles. Around 500 illuminated bags and candles will light up the church there. So that's next weekend. Look out for that. Basically, we've also still got... coming through Dorset and finishing up this coming week, the exhibition about the Great Storm of 1824 that particularly hit Portland very hard. 25 lives were lost during the storm in Chisel on Portland. And that is at the Portland Community Venue at 3 Yards Close, starting on Thursday and running on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 1 o'clock to 4 on Sunday, but 11 a.m. to 4 on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. That's organised by Wessex Water and partners. It's the Environment Agency, not Wessex Water. It's the Environment Agency that's organised that. So that's about the Great Storm of 1824. Now, Arts Reach have got something coming up called Nan Me and Barbara Pravi. In 2021, Hannah Maxwell moved back to the home counties to care for her terminally ill grandfather. But this show isn't about that, so the text goes. It's about Francis's Eurovision star Barbara Pravi, who's just lovely. In between cooking, cleaning and countdown, Maxwell escapes into an intensifying fantasy of ballroom dances, heartfelt ballads, Parisian cafes, and definitely not creepy plots to engineer a meet cute with a random foreign celebrity. It's La La Land meets Mission Impossible meets Hannah's Nan. That's how they describe it. Combining spoken word, video and chanson française, this critically acclaimed memoir invites you to sit down to a kitchen table and talk through grief and care, addiction and recovery, and hope and coping in unprecedented times. It's recommended for 16 plus, although it's okay for 12 plus at parents' discretion, it says. It's on Wednesday the 20th of November in Gillingham, Thursday the 21st of November in Drimpton, and Friday the 22nd of November in Sixpenny Handley. If you just search for Arts Reach, you'll find out about this and other things being run by Arts Reach throughout Dorset. That's Nan, Me and Barbara Pravi from Arts Reach. Now, church services in White Regis tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Holy Communion at All Saints Church, 9:30, Holy Communion at All Saints Church, and a morning service at St Edmund's Lane House at 11 a.m. Our other programme tonight, our Saturday evening quiz, will be live at 7:30. That is free. It's family and community friendly, so all are welcome to join us for our weekly quiz that runs every Saturday night at 7:30. Now, that brings us to the end of this week's programme. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a good weekend and a good week ahead, and I look forward to being back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.